There were a few moments in my life where I really regretted telling my friends about something that I was doing, but it was too late. This time I thought, no, I have to do it differently. Honestly, I would rather have a stranger judging my videos than my friends. Let me give you some reasons why I decided to share it only with four of them. Reason number one, they put you in a box. At least in my experience, I realized that family and friends love to do that. When I was younger, I used to be very impatient. I still am, but I worked a lot on myself and I've changed. Now I'm 52 and I'm not the same Anya that was 14 or even 25. Yet, in the heads of my friends, Anya is impatient. I could do everything possible and that wouldn't change. It's a similar story with your profession. I was a translator for 25 years. Whatever idea I had in the past, what I could be doing instead of translating, and was looking for an alternative, my friends, and I know that they had the best at their hearts, were always coming back to the same point. Why don't you apply for a job as a personal assistant? All that knowing my personality and the fact that I've never been employed in my life. Never had a boss, never worked for anybody, never had to ask anybody for permission, for holidays, for anything. They just come and say, you're good with languages. You could do this and that. They have the recipe for you, even if this is not what you want to do. In their head, Anya speaks four languages. She's good at that. And this is the only thing she could do. Reason number two, I'm really fed up with being judged. I've been struggling with that all my life. I've been always a bit different and judged for that very fact. I think a part of this whole judgment issue is the fact I grew up and lived for the most of my life in a country that is, in my view, quite judgmental. I know there might be a lot of Polish people who disagree, but there might be also quite a few that agree. My first observation when I moved to Spain was how people don't give a shit about their looks, about their cars, about many things. That was very liberating and almost like a therapy. Looking back, I would even say it was a part of the journey, without knowing it, of starting a YouTube channel, talking to the camera and not being really bothered by what other people will think. Nevertheless, I thought if I told my friends that I'm starting a YouTube channel, there will be a whole range of reasons why it's not a good idea. And what do I actually think? Do I want to become a YouTuber all of a sudden at 52? Can't I just get an online job that would pay some money and be normal? I was expecting all that. Even if they didn't say it straight to my face, I don't want that, let's call it bad energy, that would go my way, because they would be talking to other people and say, oh, did you hear? Anna has started the YouTube channel and she now thinks she can become a YouTuber at 52. There are millions of channels out there. How is she going to make that work? I decided this time I'm going to build in the dark, see how it goes, where I end up, and maybe when I have more subscribers and more videos, I will tell some people. At the same time, I realized that a few friends who would be supportive and who would be my first subscribers would be really helpful. I consulted that with AI and it said, yeah, it's actually a good idea to have 3 to 5 friends. That's what I did. Thanks God, their reaction was very supportive. They subscribed, liked my videos, some of them commented, and I think that they're quite excited to follow my journey. Have you maybe started a channel yourself or are thinking about starting a channel and wondering, shall I tell my friends or shouldn't I? I'd love to hear about that in the comments. Please share your experience. It would be interesting to know what other people who have small channels or rather tiny channels, like in my case, think about sharing that with their friends. Reason number 3, they know better. I'm sure that you have people in your life as well who always know better what's best for you. No matter which area of life it is, what you're doing, they have an answer and they know better. I'll give you a short example. When we decided to move to Greece and told our friends about our plans, Many of them were asking if we're going to rent a place or buy a house or what's the story. When we told them that we're planning to rent and then thinking about buying or maybe building a house, many of them went like, what do you mean building? Building in Greece? Oh, no, 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 that's not a good idea. No, building a house on Crete, that's an island. And yeah, this is an island, but there are houses on that island, so people are building. No, no, no. You know how the Greeks are, how slow they are, how unreliable. And all these stories that you hear, and the quality of workmanship is terrible. Those people not only have never lived in Greece, they have never lived abroad. And many of them have never lived in a different town in their home country, but they know it all. Having that recent experience in my head, I really didn't want anybody to tell me what I should be doing on my YouTube channel. What's good, what's not good. I'm sure they would have 1 million of ideas and opinions. And also, I didn't want people to ask me, what's your plan? And what's actually the goal? I don't know what the goal is. I will be documenting my journey of creating a channel, my struggles, and it will become, let's call it some kind of documentary that would show other people who are possibly thinking about creating a channel how it really is, what the daily struggles are, the issues, the technicalities, and all that. Maybe some people will find that interesting, maybe inspirational, and maybe I will create something out of it. But I'm still figuring it out. It's not that I know all the answers after the fifth video. Yet, I think that many of my friends would like me to know exactly what the end is going to look like, which is impossible. Having some experience with other situations in my life, I'm really fed up replying to 1 million questions and explaining myself what I'm doing in life. Reason number 4, and probably that will be the last one unless I think of something else before finishing this video, the need to explain to people how YouTube works. The truth is that most of them who just are consumers and watch videos have no idea. The same like me, I didn't have a clue how this works, what's behind the scenes, all the things you have to do, all the work you have to put in, the time you have to spend. But that's something for a separate video, definitely. Most people just watch videos that they're interested in, like I used to, but they don't know about the algorithm, about confusing it, to put it mildly. They think, okay, what's the big deal? You just record a video, put it up, press publish, and that's it. One of the 4 friends said recently to me, I had no idea what a thumbnail is. I didn't know you had to do so much before posting the video, let alone the editing. I don't want to waste my energy and my time to explain why I can't just post any video, any random subject, and people will find me. No, they won't find me. They don't know I'm there. YouTube has to know that I'm there and who to show my video to. I've said to another friend of mine that I've been doing a PhD on YouTube for the last 3-4 weeks. And this is really true. I'd love to know if you have similar thoughts about starting a YouTube channel and if you wonder if to tell your friends about it or not. If you like my video, subscribe, like, and comment. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to introduce myself. If you're new to my channel, I'm Anya. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.